maybe the first time they've ever met. Both of them claim to be the best at applying the pile driver. Bob Sweetan calls himself Mr. Pile Driver. Jerry Lawler calls himself the King. So only time will tell here on Southwest Championship Wrestling as we've moved into the big arena to bring you these exciting matches. Oh, Lawler not liking what Sweetan might do. Sweetan is threatening to step on the crown of the King, Jerry Lawler. Lawler doesn't like it at all. The referee is telling Sweetan no, but that doesn't mean anything. Sweetan is still standing, and now he reaches down and picks up the crown and he puts it on his head, and the fans love it. Well, I don't think Lawler likes it at all, but he's not going to go over and take it away, and Sweetan takes his cape, the cape of Jerry Lawler, and wipes the toes of his boots with it. Now Lawler comes out of the ring. Jerry Lawler outside the ring. The bell has not sounded for the start of this match yet. We're waiting for Lawler to get back into the ring, and I'm sure as soon as he steps in, the bell will sound and we'll be underway with this match. Referee Jack Howe checks over Jerry Lawler. Lawler backs away from him. And ladies and gentlemen, a man standing back here to my right is interested in this match, Cowboy Scott Casey. And Scott, I know you can tell me about the pile driver here, Jerry Lawler and Bob Sweetan. Sweetan applied it to you.
That's absolutely right, Steve. I was out of wrestling for almost 2 months. Rapidio, you and Steve both know that I've been wrestling for almost 10 years now, and I've never had anything affect me like this pile driver does. What I'm watching here is I'm watching a match with a lot of mixed emotion. I'd like to see Bob Sweetan win it. I'd like to see Jerry Lawler win it. I really don't know who, but I'll tell you one thing. Whoever wins it is going to win with a pile driver. I feel that deep down inside because, fellas, that's their game there. That's their hole, the pile driver.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Stick around because we'll be calling on you to... Well, Sweetan and Lawler... Oh, I don't know whether you could hear that over the microphone, but Jerry Lawler telling Bob Sweetan, he said he's about as bad as that Andy Kaufman. He slapped Kaufman across the face, and now he slapped Sweetan, but I don't believe Lawler really means that because he knows what Sweetan is.
Well, I'll say one thing, fellas. You're looking at a man, Bob Sweetan, who I know like the back of my hand, and there's about 285 pounds in there. He's going against one Jerry Lawler, and he's about 240. But let me tell you what, it's like the unstoppable force against the immovable force. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a rough match either way you go.
Okay, here we are now up in the ring. Here we go now, Jerry Lawler, Bob Sweetan. Well, the referee, Jack Howe, telling Lawler, let's get in there and let's get after it. Backed onto the ropes. It's Sweetan in front. Oh, and Lawler ducks underneath it. Lawler reaches up there and slaps him, and he better run. He better run because Bob Sweetan, 285 pounds, gets hold of him. There won't be much of Jerry Lawler left. Lawler staying outside the ring. Referee counting. Lawler still staying outside the ring. Sweetan moving back so that Lawler can get in. I don't know that Lawler really wants to get in there. Remember, he's claiming what he did to Andy Kaufman. Andy Kaufman weighed 140 pounds. Sweetan weighs 285 pounds. Sweetan comes out of the ring chasing Kaufman, chasing Lawler. Lawler bails out also. Well, Lawler saying he knows the rules. Those are open hand blows. Those are open hand blows that he was throwing at Bob Sweetan. Lawler outside the ring talking on a microphone to the crowd. He's already got the crowd stirred up. He's got Bob Sweetan stirred up. Lawler refusing to come into the ring. Now he finally makes it. Jerry Lawler, the king from Memphis, Tennessee, against Bob Sweetan, Mr. Pile Driver out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's Sweetan backing Lawler into the corner. He pulls him out with a side headlock. Whoop, it looked like he was going to throw a punch, but Lawler blocked it. Sweetan keeps him in the corner again. This time Lawler gets out of there. Bob Sweetan, you can see the look on his face. He is really mad, and I can't blame him. Taking a few of those slaps from Jerry Lawler. In the corner, Sweetan in front. Lawler blocks it and throws a punch of his own. Well, Sweetan went for the punch, and he didn't get it as Lawler got that forearm up there and blocked it. Oh, Sweetan is mad. Lawler staying in the corner. Now the referee, Jack Howe, says bring it out. Sweetan walking over towards Lawler. Now Lawler comes out of the corner. They lock up, and coming out with a side headlock is the king, Jerry Lawler. Holds on to that side headlock. Really locks it on tight. Sweetan gets a forearm up on the side of the neck of Lawler. Now Sweetan blocks the punch, and there's a punch that sends Lawler down into the corner. Oh, and he gets out of there and he bails out in a hurry. Sweetan just turned the tables on him that time. Lawler went for the punch. Sweetan got that forearm up, blocked it, laid one in there on Lawler, and Lawler went down, and finally out underneath the bottom rope he went onto the floor. Sweetan signaling to the crowd that he used an open hand, but I don't think he knows it. Outside on the apron, Jerry Lawler talking to the referee. And I think Lawler's saying it was no open hand, it was a punch. And Sweetan says no open hand. Lawler now comes in between the ropes. Lawler staying away from Sweetan at this point in the match. Lawler backed into the corner, puts his in underneath that rope. Referee counts him back in. Well, so far, Jerry Lawler has been evading Bob Sweetan. Lawler wants a hook up, and Sweetan does. Lawler with a kick, Sweetan with a kick. Down goes Lawler. Oh. Jerry Lawler gets another kick from Bob Sweetan. There's another one. Sweetan going for the pile driver quickly. And Lawler goes for the ropes, and he ties his legs up in those ropes. He doesn't want Sweetan to get anything on him. And here comes Lawler back outside the ring. So Bob Sweetan going for the first pile driver of the night was blocked by Jerry Lawler as Lawler grabbed the ropes with his legs, tied himself up, got a referee, Jack Howe, to give him a break.
You know where I come from?
Well, Lawler complaining about the pile driver. Says where he comes from, the pile driver's in the legal hold. Well, Mr. Lawler should have looked at the rules when he came into this ring, because the pile driver is not an illegal hold here.
You come here to fight or shoot off your mouth.
Well, Sweetan feels about like the crowd does. He just asked Lawler, did he come here to fight or to shoot off his mouth? And all he's been doing lately is shooting off his mouth. So Lawler now finally gets up on the apron. Lawler walking away from Sweetan. Sweetan has him in a corner, but he doesn't go in after him. Now the referee says, come out of there and let's get after it. Lawler staying in the corner. The referee is getting mad at the king, Jerry Lawler, and I don't blame him. Now here comes Lawler back outside the ring again, and Lawler's leaving. Lawler is leaving. He looked like he was going back to the dressing room. He is complaining about something that the referee is saying to him, and all I can figure out is Jack Howe's telling him to come on, get out of that corner, let's fight. Here he goes back to the mic. He's wanting a real referee. Well, Lawler wanting another referee. I don't believe he's going to get it. Jerry Lawler staying away from Bob Sweetan. What has been billed as a match, the pile driver versus the pile driver. Sweetan has gone for one pile driver so far, and it was blocked by Lawler. Other than that, there hasn't been too much. Oh, that was close to the eyes. Lawler getting that thumb or the fingers close to the eye area. You can see Sweetan dazed back into the corner, sitting on that bottom rope. Lawler going after him in the corner. Lawler reaches in, grabs Sweetan, puts him down on the mat. With the fist, he misses. As Sweetan got out from underneath, he's going for the pile driver again, and Lawler pushes him back into the corner. So Jerry Lawler quickly getting Sweetan back in the corner. Now Sweetan kicks him down. Bob Sweetan with the boot, putting it to Jerry Lawler. So far, Lawler has been unable to go for the pile driver against Sweetan. Sweetan holding on to that left arm. Sweetan puts a twist in that left arm. Elbow into the left arm of the king, Jerry Lawler. All of it being done by Bob Sweetan. Ring announcer announces 10 minutes have gone by in this match. Sweetan holding on to that left arm. Oh, does he have it twisted up tight? Jerry Lawler moving around. Throws a punch and he lands it on the jaw of Bob Sweetan. He goes in after him and stays on top of him. Jerry Lawler now the aggressor as he goes after Bob Sweetan. Throwing a left, another left, lays him on the jaw of Sweetan, and there's a right, and down goes Bob Sweetan. Jerry Lawler, high in the air he goes and drops a knee across the chest of Bob Sweetan. Lawler grabbing the hair. Throws a punch that was very close to the throat. Lawler proud of himself now. Let's see if the King goes for the pile driver. Here he goes. Oh, and Sweetan flips him off. The King, Jerry Lawler, made his first move for the pile driver, and Bob Sweetan just flipped him right over his back. Sweetan now with a punch. Bob Sweetan going after Jerry Lawler, and a big boot there puts Lawler on the mat. An elbow smash from Sweetan. He's got him down for a count of 2. Oh, that was close. Sweetan taking Lawler, lays him on the ropes, whips him across the ring, cuts him back with that elbow, and down goes Jerry Lawler. Another elbow smash by Sweetan. Lawler kicks out. Sweetan grabs the hair, brings the King, Jerry Lawler, up. Oh, what an uppercut that was, and that sent Lawler back to the mat. Sweetan reaching in, has him up for a beautiful back suplex. Oh, and he went right into the ropes. The King, Jerry Lawler, is covered up by Sweetan. Here's the count. It is up. A leg over that bottom rope. I don't believe it was a 3 count, as Lawler had the leg over the bottom rope. 2 count. I thought the referee gave him 3, but Lawler did have a leg over the bottom rope. There's another back suplex. Sweetan trying to keep him from rolling around. He's got him covered up again, and this time it's 3. This time I believe it was 3. Lawler has got a leg over that bottom rope. Let's see if the referee is going to... Oh, no. I don't believe he's going to award the match to Sweetan. He isn't. Now, there's no doubt about that. From my position here at the arena, it looked like that leg went over the bottom rope after the 3 count. Now Lawler gets a knee up in there. He's got Sweetan down. Lawler using the rope for leverage. He got the 3 count. Jerry Lawler using the rope for leverage has got the 3 count on Sweetan. Now Sweetan comes back at him for the pile driver. He drops him on his head. Oh, this crowd is going crazy. Listen to this crowd. They want Sweetan to do it again. Sweetan is up on that middle rope. Lawler is down, suffering from the pain that has been brought to him by that pile driver by Bob Sweetan, and Sweetan is leaving the ring. He lost the match, but he did get to put the pile driver on the King, Jerry Lawler. Lawler was the winner of the match. It looked like Sweetan had won, but the referee decided that Lawler had a leg over that bottom rope, and then Lawler come up, kicked Sweetan down, put him down to the mat for the 3 count, and he was definitely using the rope for leverage. The referee didn't see it. It was 1, 2, 3. The King, Jerry Lawler, wins it. We'll be back with more after this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're picking up the action in a match for the Southwest Tag Team Championship. The champions, the dynamic duo, Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez, defending their titles. It's Tully Blanchard in the ring, and they defend these titles against the former world's champion, Terry Funk, and a powerful Polak, Ivan Putski. And Gino Hernandez is tagged in. Terry Funk comes off the rope. Hernandez catches him with a drop kick, puts him down. Here comes the count from the referee, Jack Howe. It was 2. Tully Blanchard comes into the ring now. He goes after Terry Funk. So far, Terry Funk and Ivan Putski have been pouring it on the champions, but the champions trying to make a comeback here. Tully Blanchard comes diving through the air and throws an elbow across the chest. There comes the count on Terry Funk, and it is 2. Tully Blanchard wanting a little quicker count. He's not going to get it. Tully Blanchard reaches down, grabs Terry Funk. Covers him up in front with a face lock. Funk trying to maybe make it over there where he can tag out to Ivan Putski. Well, they've had this crowd standing a few times in this match. Now, turning Funk around and bringing him over the other way was Tully Blanchard. He is tagged out and let Gino Hernandez come back into the ring. Hernandez grabs Funk off the ropes, has him up in the air, and a beautiful back suplex. Gino Hernandez is going up on the top rope. Hernandez is up on the top rope, and he dives through the air right across the chest of Terry Funk, and Terry Funk still has enough left to kick out. Oh, not many men can do that. Tully Blanchard is in now. Off the ropes is Blanchard. Funk hits him with a forearm as he turned out of the way. He has knocked Blanchard out on the apron. The Southwest Tag Team Champions in trouble here. That title is on the line as Terry Funk lays some big haymakers in. He pushes the referee, Jack Howe, out of the way. Terry Funk is going wild. Jack Howe is holding Terry Funk as he put him back, and Tully Blanchard knocks Terry Funk down. Terry Funk was being held by the referee for just a moment. Blanchard took advantage of it. Now they pick up Terry Funk and throw him on top of the referee, Jack Howe. So Tully Blanchard was thrown on top of the referee, Jack Howe, by Terry Funk, and Funk tags out. Ivan Putski in there now. Hernandez is still in there. All four men in the action. Rick Morton has made his way down to the ring talking to the referee, Jack Howe. Ricky Morton, who was defeated along with Ken Lucas by Blanchard and Hernandez for the championship. In the ring, it's Tully Blanchard with Ivan Putski outside the ring. Gino Hernandez and Terry Funk make their way in. Now Jack Howe gets kicked out of the ring again, this time by Hernandez. Rick Morton come in the ring with a 3 count. Rick Morton came into the ring. Ivan Putski had Tully Blanchard down. Rick Morton acting as a referee got the 3 count. Now Hernandez is going after Morton. Blanchard and Hernandez going after Morton. I don't know what Blanchard has, or Morton has. Ricky Morton has his shirt tore off of him by Gino Hernandez and Tully Blanchard. You can remember what they did to Ken Lucas. Put 23 stitches in his shoulder. Here's Hernandez up on the rope. Blanchard is holding it. Hernandez comes off that rope, dives into Ricky Morton. Now Blanchard with the knee. An elbow smash. Really hurting on Ricky Morton. Blanchard and Hernandez going wild. Ken Lucas is in there now. Ken Lucas has come out. That's Rick Morton's partner. Lucas going after Blanchard. Lucas going after Hernandez. Ken Lucas trying to clean house. Blanchard is bleeding. Morton is bleeding. Oh, Terry Funk is back in there now. He knocked Hernandez down with a headbutt. Ken Lucas is going after Tully Blanchard, and it looked like he was biting him. He was. Now he's going after Hernandez. Terry Funk is in there going after Gino Hernandez. Tully Blanchard gets another blow as Tully Blanchard has a big wound open up over the right eye. The bell has sounded, and there's no doubt about it. Everything has gotten out of hand. We'll wait for the official decision. I'm sure it's going to be a disqualification. We're waiting for the referee to give us the signal as what the official decision was, and here it comes. Interference from Rick Morton and Ken Lucas. Interference, Rick Morton, Ken Lucas. So Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez. Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez retain their Southwest Tag Team Champions. What a match it was. A huge crowd here at the HEMISPHERE Arena loved it, and we hope you did at home, and we'll be back with more right after this. We're joining a match in progress for the World's Heavyweight Championship. The champion, Nick Bockwinkel, now has the head of Bruiser Brody, the challenger, scissored as Bruiser Brody, the big man, trying to take the golden belt and the World's Championship away from Nick Bockwinkel. Bobby the Brain Heenan, some people call him the Weasel, is the manager of Nick Bockwinkel. He is outside the ring talking to a ring announcer or someone down there at the ringside as Nick Bockwinkel punishes Bruiser Brody with the head scissors. It's been an exciting match so far. It's been going on for better than 8 or 9 minutes now. A special referee for this match, a man who held the World's Heavyweight Championship for 6 different times, the great Thesz, checking with Bruiser Brody to see if he'd like to concede the match, and he says no. Nick Bockwinkel trying to finish Bruiser Brody off. Brody kicking those legs, trying to get that circulation going, trying to get out of that head scissor. Brody trying to come out. Bockwinkel keeping him locked in tight. Brody still unable to get out. Here he comes as he finally gets out and he grabs the leg of the world's champion, Nick Bockwinkel. Bruiser Brody, 290 pounds. Challenging Nick Bockwinkel for the World Championship. Right now, Brody getting the worst of it. As Bockwinkel has him covered up, here comes a count, and Brody has a leg over the bottom rope. Bockwinkel thinks he may have won the match already, but no, the leg of Brody was over the bottom rope. Oh, and Brody catches him with a big one as Bockwinkel came in after him. Bockwinkel right back. Brody now grabs the leg. Bockwinkel doubles those fists up, throws him to the back, trying to knock the big man off. Brody holding on to Nick Bockwinkel. Oh, Brody with a bear hug. Bockwinkel reaching up, trying to pull Brody off, but Brody backs him into the corner. Bruiser Brody, you can see him up on the ropes, getting right up on top of the world's champion, Nick Bockwinkel. Well, Bobby Heenan started in. Brody went after him, and you see Heenan, he doesn't want any part of Brody. Bockwinkel, the world's champion now, comes back. Brody stays right with him. Ooh, down goes Bruiser Brody. Bockwinkel from in behind. Get Brody down. He's got him down. There's no count. Heenan clapping for his world's champion. As you can see, Bockwinkel as Brody scissored again. Bruiser Brody locked up by the world champion Nick Bockwinkel here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Nick Bockwinkel holds on to Bruiser Brody. Brody trying to twist and turn to see if he can come up out of here. Here he goes. He's got Bockwinkel turned over, but Bockwinkel continues to roll, and Brody rolls with him, and Brody is still tied up in that scissor. And out underneath the bottom rope goes Bruiser Brody, and then get him a break. As Bockwinkel not only breaks, he comes in punching. Brody is laying underneath that bottom rope. The former world champion Thesz, who's acting as a special referee in this match, makes Bockwinkel get back as Brody rolls out onto the floor. Brody trying to make his way in. Bockwinkel goes over and grabs him, slams him down. And Bockwinkel throwing some punches as Brody unable to get into the ring. Now Bruiser Brody comes in on the other side and Bockwinkel's waiting for him. Oh, what a big blow that the world's champion has thrown in there. There's another one. Forearm to the back of Bruiser Brody by Nick Bockwinkel. We're at the HEMISPHERE Arena in San Antonio for event number 2, and what an event it has been. And you're just getting to watch the World's Championship match here. Bruiser Brody, the challenger, trying to knock out Nick Bockwinkel, the world's champion. What a blow from Brody as the champion goes down. Brody reaches down, grabs him, throws him into the rope, between the ropes and out onto the concrete floor. And here comes Bruiser Brody outside. Brody grabs him by the hair, throws him into the timekeeper's table. Bruiser Brody with a forearm to the back of the world's champion, Nick Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel is down. Brody is laying on the timekeeper's table. The referee, Thesz, is warning Brody to either take it into the ring or go back to the dressing room and be disqualified. Brody doesn't want to get disqualified because he wants to win that world's championship. Brody is up on the top ropes, and he comes down with that big fist right on top of the head of the world's champion, Nick Bockwinkel, and maybe all over here. It may be all over here. Brody may be wearing that world's championship belt. Brody comes up with a big boot to the top of the head of the world's champion, Nick Bockwinkel. Another kick from Bruiser Brody. Brody kicks him back down. Bruiser Brody has got him covered up, and here's the count, and he only gets a 1. Bockwinkel is coming out underneath the bottom rope. Bockwinkel is out on the floor. He is staggered. Brody is going out on the other side. Brody going over to try to get Bockwinkel as Bockwinkel makes his way up onto the apron. Now he's inside the ring. Brody is outside the ring, and Brody lays him backwards across those ropes and throws that big forearm. Then he pushes him right into the center of the ring, and here comes Bruiser Brody in, looking to put the finishes on the world's champion. Here he's got him high up in the air. What's he gonna do with him? Down he goes, and Heenan may have grabbed Brody. In fact, he did. And now Bobby Heenan, the manager of the world's champion, Nick Bockwinkel, running away from Bruiser Brody. Brody comes into the ring, and down goes Bockwinkel as Brody caught him with a big one. Brody reaches down, slams him to the mat. Bruiser Brody. High in the air he goes, and a knee across the chest of the world's champion. Here comes the count. It was 1, 2, and Heenan reached in and punched Brody. Now Brody is going after Heenan. I believe Brody would have won that fall and the match if Heenan hadn't interfered. Now Brody is turning on Bobby the Weasel Heenan. Brody goes back to the champion now. Oh boy, Brody throwing the world champion out of the ring. Now he's after Heenan, and there goes Heenan out of the ring. Here comes Brody out of the ring. Brody is going after a chair, and he has got the chair. Thesz tries to keep Brody from going into the ring with that chair. Bockwinkel is in the ring. You can see Brody holding on to that chair. Thesz is holding on to it. Brody has it. And he throws it down and he misses Bockwinkel. The referee, Thesz, grabs the chair, throws it out of the ring. Heenan consoles his world's champion as the world champion has been taking a beating here from Bruiser Brody. And they are leaving the ring. They are leaving the ring, and the referee has asked for the bell. Bruiser Brody will have his hand raised in victory, but that will not get him the World's Championship, I don't believe. We'll wait and see. I believe the referee will wait for the official decision, but I'm just guessing now. I believe it's going to be a disqualification.
The referee has declared Bruiser Brody the winner of the match.
Well, Bruiser Brody has been declared the winner of the match.
Bockwinkel and Mr. Heenan were in the ring. He has disqualified him, and in a disqualification, the title does not change hands.
Well, what it was, that's right, Bobby Heenan interfered in the match as Brody looked like he had the pin. He got a 2 count. Heenan come in, punched him off, and then Brody went after Heenan and Bockwinkel, but the referee, Thesz, disqualifies the world's heavyweight champion, Nick Bockwinkel. The winner is Bruiser Brody, but he doesn't get the title as Nick Bockwinkel remains the world's heavyweight champion. We'll be back with more Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this. A cage around the ring, and inside the cage, special referee Bob Sweetan trying to keep things squared away between the Southwest heavyweight champion, a Mongolian Stomper, and Dick Slater. Outside the ring, Mr. Don Carson locked out of that ring by that cage so that he cannot interfere in the match. You know, he's been using the black glove. It did appear on Southwest Championship Wrestling, so we know he's used it. Slater's head slammed into the chain by the Mongolian Stomper. He done that to him just a while ago and opened up a wound on the head of Dick Slater. Now the Stomper with a claw hold on the head of Dick Slater. Bob Sweetan, special referee, making sure that Don Carson doesn't get in this ring and doesn't interfere in the match. Carson has been doing his managing over the loudspeaker system here at the HEMISPHERE Arena. A claw hold by the Mongolian Stomper on the head of Dick Slater. The Mongolian Stomper, very powerful arms, can really clamp that claw hold on. There you see it as the Mongolian Stomper continues to apply the pressure to the claw hold. Slater coming up there now. Let's see what Slater can do with him. An elbow to the top of the head of the Southwest champion, but the Southwest champion, a Mongolian Stomper, comes right back at Dick Slater, rakes the fingers across the eyes, takes Slater and throws his head into that chain again. A Mongolian Stomper now kicking that cut that he has opened up on the head of Dick Slater, and back to the claw hold he goes. Dick Slater wanting to get revenge on the Mongolian Stomper for the things he's done for him. And the main thing is taking the Southwest Heavyweight Championship away from him. The title is not on the line in this match. Don Carson locked out of the ring by the cage. The claw hold still being applied to the head of Dick Slater by the Mongolian Stomper, and the crowd cheering Dick Slater on to try to get him to come up out of there. The Stomper holding on to Dick Slater. Oh, and Slater drops him back. Stomper reaching back up for Slater. takes his head. He's got it on that chain fence that has been put up around the ring. And he is taking that head of Dick Slater and just running it up and down that fence. The claw hold he's got on him again. Slater unable to get back in. The Stomper kicks his head into that chain. Now he brings him in the ring, and Dick Slater is in bad shape right now. Slater doesn't even know where he is. The Stomper takes his head, puts it into that steel cage again. You can see he is just raking the wounds that he's already opened up on the head of Dick Slater, raking him across that chain. Back to the claw hold in the center of the ring this time. The referee, Bob Sweetan, is there. The shoulders of Slater are not down. There they're down now. Here comes the count. It's 2, and Slater picks up his left shoulder. A Mongolian Stomper. The Southwest Heavyweight Champion is really hurting Dick Slater. That claw hold looks like it is about to finish Dick Slater off. You're watching Southwest Championship Wrestling for where we've gone into the HEMISPHERE Arena in San Antonio tonight to bring you some of event number 2, and what a great lineup it's been. The Stomper still holding on to that claw hold. Slater trying to figure a way out. Stomper still putting the pressure on Dick Slater. And here comes Slater. Oh, and he lays one on the side of the head of the Mongolian Stomper, but Slater is so dazed he doesn't even know where he is. He still knows, though, that he's got to get that Stomper. And a Stomper comes back. They exchange blows. Slater grabbing the Stomper. Puts him in the corner. Slater with a little punching. Now drops the Stomper down and goes in kicking. Slater with some big kicks. And Bob Sweetan is counting to try to get Slater out of there and let the Stomper back in underneath that rope. Dick Slater, you can see, is still staggered. But there he is going across the ring and kicking the Stomper on top of the head. The referee is checking the wounds of Dick Slater to see if he can continue in the match, and you can see Slater, he's ready to go. He grabs the Stomper. Oh, and he throws him into the steel cage. Oh, he threw his head right into that steel cage. And the Mongolian Stomper looking around, and Slater turns him around and gives him the big punch. Here comes Slater, throws him into the steel cage again. Well, Dick Slater, who looked like he was almost out of it, is going now to biting the wound of the Mongolian Stomper. He's got that head into that steel cage, really pushing it in there tight now as Slater is up on the ropes and he finally backs out of there. Slater with a big boot to the top of the head of the Mongolian Stomper. Dick Slater getting a little revenge here. He's going up on the top rope. What's he going to do off of there? The Stomper is still down. Here comes Slater flying off that top rope, and he drops that boot right into the chest of the Mongolian Stomper. Slater with a punch, another punch, and another one as Slater really putting some big blows in there. Elbow to the top of the head by Dick Slater. Oh, and the Stomper got out from underneath him that time. The Mongolian Stomper putting some forearms in the chest of Dick Slater. A big kick from the Mongolian Stomper. The Stomper has Slater up, slams him to the mat. The Stomper with a boot to the top of the head. Slater with an elbow smash. Dick Slater going after the Southwest heavyweight champion. Big judo chops from Slater, but the Stomper grabs him and throws him into the referee. Oh, Slater was thrown into the referee. Now the Stomper has the boot off. The Stomper has taken his right boot off, and he has laid it on the head of Dick Slater. Sweetan comes in and blocks it this time. Now the Stomper goes after Sweetan. Slater has picked up the boot. Slater lays it on the top of the head of the Stomper. He's got him covered up. There's the count by the referee. It's 1, 2, 3, and Dick Slater has defeated the Mongolian Stomper in a chain match. Don Carson, the manager of the Mongolian Stomper, can't believe it. Now the Stomper comes in behind Sweetan, who was a special referee. He knocked him out. Carson has Sweetan outside the ring, throws him into the steel post. Slater is in the ring with a Stomper. Here comes Don Carson in, and Dick Slater's got him. Dick Slater going after Carson, but the Stomper coming up. And the Stomper grabs Dick Slater, puts a shin and a maki on him. And Carson closes the cage as Don Carson's Mongolian Stomper has applied the shin and a maki to Dick Slater. Remember, the match is already over. Slater has won it. This is after the bell has already sounded. Sweetan trying to get back in the ring, but Carson has him locked out. There's the black glove. The black glove has appeared again right here in the HEMISPHERE arena. Oh, and it goes to the head of Dick Slater. Another time. El Santo Negro has come into the ring. He comes off the top rope and knocks the Stomper off of Dick Slater. El Santo Negro, the masked man, but he gets knocked down quickly. Sweetan is still in there, and Sweetan trying to knock both the Stomper and Don Carson out of the ring. And here they come. They finally get out. Coco Samoa's there. So the Mongolian Stomper is still the Southwest heavyweight champion, but I'll guarantee you what, if that title had been on the line, he would have lost it. He is leaving now. Dick Slater in bad shape. He's down in the ring after suffering some big blows from the Stomper, and the Stomper using that black glove. Bob Sweetan, the referee, still in there. Slater, the winner of the match. Even though he is down now, that happened after the bell had sounded, officially signaling the end of the match. Dick Slater wins.